דיבר את זה עכשיו?
אני Dr. Eliezer Glassman, Eliezer Glassman, Les Glassman. So Shira Schmidt, she told me, and she said it's very important, it would be amazing, such a big schut to meet with you. It would be very, very special to meet with you. And it really is. Sophie, is it okay in English? It's okay in English? A little bit in English?
I'm understanding English. Yeah.
Okay. So Sophie, can I just ask you, can you speak just a little bit about your family?
Speak more slowly.
More slowly. Okay. Sophie, could you speak just a little bit about your family in Munich, in Germany?
Germany?
And your family growing up in Munich? What you remember?
I didn't understand.
Could you speak a little bit about growing up in Munich, in Germany?
You want to speak in German?
No, if you could speak a little bit about yourself when you were growing up in Germany.
I don't understand.
When you were growing up, when you were a young girl growing up in Germany, as a young girl.
What is in Germany?
Do you remember? You remember growing in Germany? You remember growing up in Germany? You remember?
What I do remember?
Yeah. What do you remember in Munich?
What I remember from Germany?
Yes. What do you remember?
Many things.
Do you remember your teacher, Kissinger?
Julius
Kissinger, who taught you, and because of him, he taught you how to do a calendar. You remember Julius Kissinger?
Very well. I remember many things of him.
And do you remember opposite you lived for a short time Adolf Hitler, Yamach Shemo, that he lived in an apartment opposite where you were.
I didn't understand your question.
Opposite where you lived, there was a very bad man, Adolf Hitler, Yamach Shemo.
What was I?
Opposite where you lived, Adolf Hitler had an apartment. Hitler, Yamach Shemo. Hitler, Yamach Shemo. He was living opposite your apartment.
He was
living across from your apartment. Hitler, Yamach Shemo. In Munich. Okay, but Sophie, can I just remember, what do you remember about growing up in Munich? What do you remember? What things do you remember?
From Kissinger?
Yes, what do you remember?
Many things. I remember his shita, how do you call it?
His shita, his way. His derech.
His way to teach. And I used it when I was a teacher afterwards here.
And he also taught you how to do the Luach. He taught you how to make a Luach, a calendar.
He taught me the rules of the Jewish calendar.
And because of that, you were able to do it in Auschwitz. You were able to make the calendar in Auschwitz.
Twice I made a calendar in Auschwitz.
It's unbelievable. It's mamish unbelievable.
Why?
Because if you would have been found, it was so dangerous to do what you did. And to remember how to do it, it's incredible. It's an incredible thing, what you
It
did.
was when I made the calendar, it was 10 years after he had taught me.
And you still remembered how to do it.
Pardon?
You still remembered how to do the calendar. You remembered.
Yeah.
Oh, gee. It's amazing. Wow. And Sophie, what gave you the emunah to continue? What gave you the strength to continue in Auschwitz? How did you manage it? How did you have the strength to survive?
I didn't understand.
How did you have the strength and the emunah to survive?
How did I?
Have the strength, the koach and the emunah. The emunah to survive. It's hard. How did you have the koach?
How did I what?
Have the koach, the strength to survive, and the emunah to survive what you went through. The emunah, you had such amazing emunah. You had such faith in Hashem.
What emunah? What?
You kept your emunah. How did you keep your emunah under such difficult and?
That is an error. Much. That in Auschwitz people lost their emunah.
Yeah.
That is a big error. I don't remember one who had emunah before that and lost it in Auschwitz. But I know several girls who chazru b'tshuva because of Auschwitz.
They became frum.
Ma?
They became religious. They became frum.
לא שמעת.
They were chozrei b'tshuva.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
But that's what I said. That I know only those who chazru b'tshuva because of Auschwitz, and I don't know one who before that had emunah and lost it in Auschwitz.
You don't know one, not one.
Ma?
You don't know one person that lost their emunah out of all the people you were friendly with. Everybody kept their emunah.
All those whom I knew who had emunah before Auschwitz kept it in Auschwitz, and those, and I know several who chazru b'tshuva because of Auschwitz.
It's unbelievable. It's lo yaman. It's really something.
And I say once, do you know who? I forgot her name now. Somebody once asked me, how did you do that? So I told her that I didn't do anything. I'm not a missioner, but I asked after that. I asked several of them whom I know, and what was the reason that you חזרת בתשובה? So all of them answered me the behavior of the girls who kept the emunah and who was known to לעומת איך אומרים?
They kept the emunah. Despite everything, the
difference of their behavior of the girls who didn't keep the emunah.
Sure. Sophie, it's unbelievable. It's something, wow. And then
there are more things perhaps unbelievable what happened in Auschwitz.
And you always kept your emunah, Sophie. You always kept your emunah.
Pardon?
You always kept your emunah.
I was what?
You always kept your emunah. Always. You kept your emunah.
I?
Yeah.
We didn't. Didn't make philosophy of that.
Wow.
I never thought of it to live the way my parents taught me.
You never thought to leave?
Pardon?
You never thought to leave what your parents taught you? What your parents taught you, you never left. You never left what your parents taught you. What your parents taught you, you never left. You always kept it very close, what your parents taught you.
But I was taught.
Yeah, you kept it. Wow. Amazing. Sure. זה בסדר? זה הולך בסדר? Wow. Sophie, sure, and then, is it, אפשר להראות או זה קשה?
I don't know.
לא, זה לא. אוקיי. זה בשבילך. זה דבר טוב. Sophie, I must tell you, it is such a big honor and a privilege to meet with you. It's such a big honor, it's such a big zchut to sit with you and to hear what you say. It's a very, very big honor. It's a tremendous honor, Sophie. Bemet toda rabba rabba. I'm very grateful, Sophie.
Well, that's all what you wanted to know?
If there's anything more you can say, if there's anything more that you can tell, it would be wonderful.
So I want you.
If you want to say anything more about, if there's anything more that you can mention,
What I can,
what you can tell, anything more.
I don't understand if I have more to say.
Yeah, if there's anything more you can say about how you feel about what you went through,
Of my,
what you went through, what happened to you.
I don't understand.
Okay.
What
What happened? What happened with you? When you were faced with such danger, such sakana, and you never gave up. You never gave up, Sophie. You hid a siddur away, and if they would have found the siddur, chas v'chalila, look what could have happened. But you kept a siddur.
what did I keep?
A siddur. You hid away a siddur.
A siddur.
Yes, you hid it away.
I had more than siddur, than one siddur in Auschwitz.
You had more than one. And then, wow.
Pardon?
And you weren't scared that they would find it? You weren't scared that the Germans would find it? That the Nazis would find the siddur?
What was the siddur?
You weren't scared that they would find it and then they would punish and chas v'chalila even kill? You weren't nervous that they would find it from you?
I went what?
You were not nervous that they would find it from you?
I don't understand.
Okay.
What?
You kept the siddur always.
I kept the siddur. One siddur was stolen from me,
Oi, hey.
but the first one, but that was, nobody stole it because of the siddur, but because I kept it together with a piece of bread. I had to keep for the next morning because we got the bread once a day and had to keep part of it for the next morning because we got it in the evening. And somebody wanted to steal the bread. We had a small sack to keep it in it. And they stole the sack.
Sure. Sophie, it's amazing. Sophie, it's incredible. And you would read from the siddur? You would lend the siddur to the girls? They would all read from your siddur?
Pardon?
Your friends would also read from your siddur? You lent it to your friends?
To read the siddur?
Your friends, they also read it. Everybody in the barracks was reading from the siddur. You gave it to your friends to read, to use?
Things to read?
Yes, your friends. They also could use the siddur. It was for you. Let everybody use it.
why I used the Siddur from the moment I knew to read. That's what, I don't understand the question.
Your friends, the girls that were with you, they were also reading from the Siddur? The girls with you, they also read your Siddur?
No one what to read the Siddur.
They also read your Siddur. You let them also read it. The girls that were with you, they were also using your Siddur?
Say it more slower.
The girls that you were with in the barracks, they also used the Siddur? The Siddur you let everybody use your Siddur. The Siddur that you had, did the other girls also read from it? Did they also use it? The other girls that you were with, your friends.
I don't know what they did after they stole it. What did they do with it? I'm sure they threw it away.
Yeah, Sophie, sure. Anyway, I just want to thank you so much. Sophie, this is just a picture that I'll just show to our viewers. With you were together with Julius Kissinger in Munich, and wow, and this is Zeba Mashbayad, and this is the number on.
I didn't understand, but Julius Kissinger was the first one who taught me to read in Ivrit.
Well, Sophie, I want to thank you. Wow.
But before that, his way to teach was that he didn't tell us that we are learning to read. Only we met all kinds of plays. And one Friday night, I realized that I know to read through the Choberet Smirot Shabbat. All of a sudden I saw that I know what was written there.
Wow. And here is a picture, and you in the picture, this is he was a very special person, Julius Kissinger. He was very special, Julius Kissinger. He was a very special man.
What was with Julius Kissinger?
He was very special. A very special person, a special Yid.
He was very, very special.
But you were a very special student. That you learned what he said, and look, it kept you it kept you strong, and it kept you in Renah. You were a very good student. You were a very good pupil of his, a very good student.
What was he?
You were a good student. Sophie, you were a very good student.
I was what?
A very good student, a good Talmidah. You were a very good student of Julius Kissinger. Yeah. Wow. It's amazing. So Sophie, I just want to...
I don't know what is amazing about it.
That you went through so much. I think it's incredible that you went through Auschwitz, that you even had dealings with Mengele, Yamach Shemo, And look, you kept being strong, you kept your emunah, you kept your faith, you remained from, your friends remained from. Do you remember Mengele? Do you remember meeting him? The Mengele Yamach Shema.
Mengele,
You remember him? You remember meeting him?
I remember his shirts and his laundry.
You had to iron them. And you could see his name. His name was on them.
Because I had to wash it.
And do you remember meeting him? Do you remember seeing him?
With whom?
With Mengele. You remember seeing him? Meeting him?
Whom?
Do you remember seeing his face?
Single?
Seeing Mengele's face. Mengele, do you remember meeting him? Livgosh Oto, do you remember when you met him?
At Mengele,
Yeah.
I don't think I met him.
But you remember washing his clothes?
I remember washing, yeah,
Wow.
of course.
Sure. It's amazing. It's really, really, sure. So Shira, Shira was very kind enough to tell me, and I'm so grateful that I came here to meet with you. Sophie, you are unbelievable. It's a big skut. It's a big skut to meet with you. And Sophie, what would you tell your children from what you went through? What advice do you give to your children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren?
I don't understand anything.
Okay.
You speak.
Too fast. Okay. What advice? What do you tell your children and grandchildren? What you've been through? What eitzah do you give? What advice do you give?
What I told?
Your children and grandchildren.
All what they want to hear.
And you give them advice? Do you give them eitzah that they should keep? What advice do you give?
What I need?
Advice, or what do you tell your children and grandchildren?
Advice?
Yeah.
About what?
About what you went through in the camps, what you went through and you still remained from.
What
you went through in the Shoah, in the Holocaust, what you went through, and how you remained from, how you remained religious. It's unbelievable. It's very special, Sophie. It's very, very special. So I really want to thank you, and I think it's amazing. It's unbelievable that you're so positive and you went through so much.
What so much?
You went through, you suffered so much during the Shoah. You suffered a lot, terrible. And look, you kept being from. You never gave up being from. You never gave up believing in Hashem. You always believed in Hashem, even though things were very difficult.
I think in general that university is the best university is the life of everybody. If you think of that, then you can learn most of things.
Wow. Well, Sophie, you have been an amazing. I'm here in Kiryat Sefer with your family, and you've instilled such a love for Torah and such a love for Yiddishkeit.
Thought that I no Zachiti.
You were honored. You Zachiti, yes. You Magiela.
To the family that is through many nisim. But there were many years I didn't believe that it was possible that ever I זכיתי to such to
that you had.
I came here to Eretz Israel at the age of 22, and it took 15 years until I got married.
Wow. It didn't come easy. Sure.
I got married at the age of 37. And I gave birth to my Bechor at the age of 38. And the second one at the age of 40, and the third one at the age of 43.
Baruch Hashem.
I came here together on the same ship together with who was afterwards my husband.
You were on the same ship?
We didn't meet there.
But
if we had met there, we would never have got married.
It's all min hashamayim. It's all min hashamayim.
Hakol min hashamayim.
And nisim. Your life is full of nisim. All miracles from Hashem. It's
yes, but if you that was not that is not the only thing I know that is exactly so because of Hashgacha Pratit.
And And maybe it was the schut that you did the diary in Auschwitz, that you kept a siddur, the schut of what you did as well. It's a lot because of the schut as well, that all these nisim happened also.
You saw what I wrote about that time?
I saw.
Yes, you know it.
Yeah.
Many years I was asked of many people, why don't you make a book out of it? And I always answered, when I shall be in pension. And now it is already more than about 12 years that I'm here in Kiryat Sefer, in pension, but just only the last year, or even less, not only a whole year, that I started to write, but now I have a new difficulty for it, because I don't see anything and I can't write by myself. I must I have now somebody who started to write for me, but I tell her to write.
It's wonderful. It's you know, it was very nice that we have in the Ami magazine where Shira Leibovitz Schmidt wrote a most incredible article, Keeping Time in Auschwitz. Sophie Sohlberg shares how she created a Luach in Auschwitz. And Dr. Alan Rosen also mentions in his book that because of your story, that inspired him, and with his book as well. So you have inspired so many people. You really have. You've inspired, and so many people have read your story, and now your story is known, of the tremendous avodah that you did, the tremendous avodah that you did.
But
your story is being told, and now people know what you did. To have a Luach in Auschwitz is so unique. It's unique. It's never happened before.
I don't understand.
That you had a Luach in Auschwitz it's unique. You're the only person that did it. It's incredible. It was something very, very special and very dangerous, and you did it, Sophie. You're a most courageous, unbelievable person. You really are such a hero, a tremendous hero.
What did me Shira?
So Shira wrote in the Ami magazine, Keeping Time in Auschwitz, about how you wrote your diary in Auschwitz. And this is the that Shira Leibovitz Schmidt wrote about your keeping the Luach, how you made the Luach so you could know when the Chagim were, when we had a tzom, when we had a fast. It was incredible what you did. It was something very, very, very special.
There is nothing special about it.
It's very special because here in the it's keeping time in Auschwitz, which is unbelievable. You are very tzanua. You're very, very modest. Very modest.
Pardon?
You're very, very modest. Very tzanua. But a tremendous gibora, a tremendous heroine. And Sophie, you should just be gesund, with good health, and mazel and brocha ad mei v'esrim. You should have gesund and nachas ad mei v'esrim. You should just be well and happy and gesund. And I want to thank you very, very much, Sophie. I really want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Really, I am so grateful to you. It's been a big zchut, a tremendous honor and a privilege to be with you. A tremendous honor, especially on Pesach. Because I think on Pesach, that's when you were deported to from Germany. You were deported on Pesach.
We came to Auschwitz on the first day of Pesach. And our group was together in one wagon of the Rakevet.
Of the train?
And we made Seder on the way to Auschwitz.
On the train? In the train? You made the Seder in the train?
In the train. We had baked matzahs before that because then you couldn't buy any matzahs. You had to bake them by yourself.
So what we say on the Seder, Vehi Sha'amda, Vehi Sha'amda Lavatenu, Aval Hashem Yatzilenu Miyadehem. So Hashem really saved you, Baruch Hashem. You were taken on deported on the Pesach, and Baruch Hashem, you were saved.
In Auschwitz, 1 year, the year after that, in Auschwitz, we made Seder and in the laundry we worked two mishmarot.
2 sessions.
From one at night and one at day. We made Seder in the break at midnight of our work. And after many years here, set me one of those who chazru b'tshuva, then said she was, said she had told me, I didn't remember that, said she had told me to make the Seder. But I asked her, how do you make Seder if you have nothing? What belongs to make a Seder? But then she said, we had then a chumash, and we used it, we had a chumash, somebody found it in the laundry. There were several everything of the laundry were
There was a group that came and
of other girls, part of them no, I don't remember.
And that's how, from this group, there was the Siddur, the Chumash.
But there was one group who mended after the washing, who mended the laundry. They got what was needed for mending, and they took it from the machzanim where they put what they had stolen from those who came to Auschwitz, and there they many times put other things not for mending to between those things, and sometimes books, sometimes all kinds of things. Once there was a chumash, and they gave it to me because they knew that I know to read it, and I started to learn Chumash with one of the girls who came from a house who she had never seen a Chumash before that.
And you taught her? You read with her?
Pardon?
You read with this girl from the Chumash? You read with her?
And then we took the Chumash instead of the Haggadah. As I read from the Chumash and translated it, but after that we We sang the songs of the Haggadah. One of the girls knew all of them by heart. Once somebody interviewed me about Pesach in Auschwitz. Then I told that, and she wrote everything quite true, but at the end she wrote, and we were התרגשנו, I understand, I forgot the word. We were very much, what do you say, התרגשנו?
Were you happy with what she wrote? Were you satisfied with what she wrote? Were you happy?
Pardon?
Did she write it well? Were you happy with what she wrote? But at least she wrote it. But it's amazing that you did, Sophie, that you did a Pesach in Auschwitz. It's unbelievable.
No, she thought those women wrote that we were very much התרגשנו.
Yeah. No, it's wow.
When we sang Shono Habo Yerushalayim Habnuyo, then she didn't show me what she wrote before it was published.
Uh-huh.
And then somebody sent it to me, and I said to that writer, said from things like that come people who don't believe in anything what we have to tell, because in Chutz La'aretz they don't say, they don't say so. We said only L'shana Haba'ah B'Yerushalayim.
Yeah, and we didn't say Habnuya. We only said Habnuya recently. Before we would only say L'shana Haba'ah B'Yerushalayim.
That's right.
Yeah.
And somebody who sees what she wrote and knows that in Chutz La'aretz.
You don't say in Chutz La'aretz. You only say B'Shana Haba B'Yerushalayim. Only here in Eretz Israel do you say B'Shana Haba B'Yerushalayim Habnuya. Yeah, and in Auschwitz.
But somebody who knows that he won't believe anything.
Oh, it's true. Wow. But Sophie, you remember singing B'Shana Haba B'Yerushalayim in Auschwitz you sang, you remember singing B'Shana Haba? Yeah, you remember singing?
I don't exactly remember, but I'm sure we sang it.
I hear what you're saying. I hear, yeah. But Sophie, you know, just that you went through what you went through, and you remained so positive and so firm. It's mamash unbelievable. I think it's incredible. It's not only me, but everybody. It's mamash unbelievable. It's something very, very big.
But that's what I told you, that I don't know anybody who left Sadat because of Auschwitz. And I know several girls on news, and they are not alive anymore, who
they became religious, and you don't know any girls that left the religion.
But if you believe it or not, that is uvda.
That's the evidence. That's, yeah. Wow.
That is the truth.
That's the truth. So Sophie, I want to thank you very, very much. Im Kol Halev, I just want to thank you so much, Sophie. It's been the greatest honor and privilege to be with you and to hear firsthand from you, and to think that we just celebrated the Seder and that you made a Seder on the train going to Auschwitz, and that you made a Seder in Auschwitz itself. It's unbelievable. It's more than unbelievable. There are no words. Sophie, there ain't milim, there are no words. It's and that is the truth. There's no words. Bemet. So thank you very, very much, Sophie. You should just be well, Admei Ve'esrim, in good health, and be well and have nachas and briot. And you should just be well and happy and just have all of Hashem's blessings that you so deserve. Toda rabba im kol halev. Thank you very, very much, Sophie. Thank you.
I think to tell of that time, it's a mitzvah, and to hear the story is a mitzvah, because of Zachor ma she'asa lecha Amalek ben zmanenu.
That Amalek in our time. Sure.
Amalek in Merchaot.
Wow. Sophie, thank you very, very much. And
Right.
And Sophie, you feel it's very important to tell. Sophie, you feel that it's very important to tell, that the next generation should know. Yeah. Thank you very, very much, Sophie. Bemet, toda rabba.
Hello, Dabar.
אמא,
כן.
דוקטור גלסמן מבקש לראות את המספר שלך.
רואים?
היו הרבה רבנים שאמרו, אם מישהו רוצה ברכה, ללכת למישהו שיש מספר, וזה הכי ברכה הכי גדול בעולם. And Sophie, it's been the biggest bracha to be with you. It's ממש been the biggest bracha, Sophie. Sophie, זה היה ברכה הכי גדול להיות איתך. Okay. It's been the biggest bracha to be with you. It's such a bracha to be with you, Sophie.
אני לא שומעת.
Okay. Okay.
היה אכפת לי על אסתי
להגיד לה?
הוא רוצה ברכה.
לכל עם ישראל.
ברכה?
הוא אמר שהרבה רבנים אמרו שלמי שיש מספר זה הברכה הכי טובה.
הכי גדול, הכי
גדולה. הוא רוצה אז ברכה.
לכל עם ישראל.
לכל עם ישראל.
מה הוא?
הוא רוצה ברכה לכל עם ישראל. לא ולכל עם ישראל.
לכל ישראל?
לכל ישראל.
טוב, אני משתדלת לומר את זה כל יום.
אפשר להציע לכם כל שקיעה?
שהקדוש ברוך הוא ישמור על ישראל כולו.
כן. טוב. איזה צבע הם? הם כבר נקודות שחורות או לא? יש לנו איזה סימון.
תודה רבה, ספי, באמת תודה רבה. אוקיי.
אם צריך לאכול אותם מחר, אז
גם לרעיון הזה שמי שיש לו מספר יש לו יותר התפילתו יותר מתקבלת מאשר אחרים. אז זה גם כן, רק הקדוש ברוך הוא יודע תפילתו של מי מתקיימת.
הוא מבקש שתגידי את זה באנגלית.
מה אני?
הוא מבקש שתגידי את זה באנגלית.
מה זה בודקים?
את המשפט האחרון שאמר.
Only הקדוש ברוך הוא knows the tefillah of whom he hears more, tefillah of whom he hears less.